Hello everybody, welcome back to the shop. 10 minutes of mold making action and excitement. What a way to spend your Tuesday evening. Okay guys, I put my second coat on there and I can touch it. It's sticky, but it don't come off on my fingers. It's time to roll. This is when you put your second coat on too. You wait for that first coat to tack up, none on your fingers, and it's still sticky. If you wait too long, you might have lamination issues. Okay, now, this is the part I want to stress, guys. And I've learned this by making the molds and sitting there and watching them chip out after a couple parts. You know, these edges. And I learned, you know, I used to really cake that stuff in them corners. And you just don't want to do that. Okay, they got to have fiberglass cloth holding this stuff together, or it will chip. Okay? Now this is just my plain old resin now. Painted on that sticky white stuff. Start out with this light. This is like 1 ounce cloth. This is like what I glass Mustang wings with. Start it in the corners. Really just in your corners. You don't have to do the whole thing with this stuff. Just the corners. Okay, because I use this lightweight stuff, it will stay in the corners and your heavier glass won't. It wants to curl out of them corners, and they're leaving an air pocket close to the edge, and that is what you want to avoid. No air pockets next to the edge anyway. Once you get some thin layers, you know, then a little air pocket ain't gonna kill you. And then I'm going to come in here with some 6 ounce and do the same thing first. First I'm going to do the corners, then I'll put a couple layers of 6 ounce on the whole thing. Finish it up with a couple layers of 10. These don't need to be great big thick molds. Solid 3/16 on the lip here. You know, at least 5-6 layers of cloth. So if you get 3 layers of 6 ounce, then come back with 3 layers of 10, be plenty. Now my stab molds. Okay, I put my part all on there, and I was getting ready to do my white stuff. You know, and I noticed a couple things on that stab that I just don't like in the body work. There's some, you can see some glass in a couple places on my plug. And I'm going to go, they sell that chart, 32nd inch, you know, fine tape here local. But I want to make sure they got it, because I need to sand them stabs down. Retape it, give it a couple coats of primer, make sure it wouldn't look. If I'm going to remold it, I'm going to do that, especially since I'm waiting on resin. You know, I might as well. So I bet it's going to be Monday before I get any resin, and I got enough to make a couple molds, and that's about it. But I want to get these molds remade so I can start jamming. I can make 2 tanks a day, but I want to get, you know, prime up a bunch of stuff, fuselage included. Start busting out some fuselages too. I gotta get some of these things out the dough. But I bet you money that dang resin ain't gonna be here tomorrow. Bet your money. Did I tell you guys my wood? I called Lone Star and they're waiting on light plywood. They said it should have got there yesterday, but they said it'll probably get there today and they'll ship it out. So I don't have no wood yet. The dang hobby store around here that carried wood, old boy died not too long ago. Yeah, he always had a bunch of wood in there. So I got to order him a light ply. Man. This stuff just goes right in these corners. Oh, Carrie, yeah, man. I got your bracelet, man. Does that have some kind of meaning or something? I didn't quite understand it. I'm not wanting much for jewelry in the shop. You know, it would just get trashed. That's why you don't see no jewelry on old Bob. These bigger radius ones, you know, glass will go around. They're not really the issue, it's this one down here. Nothing irks me more than to see a new mold with the corners chipping out. Ooh. So, I found a way for them not to happen. Shoot, my wing molds still look brand new, guys. 10 sets of wings, still look brand new. Because this is how I did them, remember? Going around the edge. Now I won't have to remake the bottom part of this, so all I gotta do is remake this half. So, I'll be able to pull this apart tomorrow. Maybe make up a tank. I want to make sure I got enough resin to do my stab molds. But this is the key right here. Get that glass as close to the surface as you can. And your stuff won't chip out.